Hi, and welcome back. Today, I wanted to share with you the three quite frequent tools which I use when I start looking at some ideas. As an entrepreneur or as an entrepreneur, you can use these tools to ensure that you are capturing the right essence of your thoughts and then take them forward in a more meaningful way. So, without any delay, let's jump in and look at what are the three tools we're going to see. Three tools we are talking about to enhance our productivity or to start structuring our ideas together. The first one is a mind mapping tool. The second one, which is quite famous and all of us have heard it through our lifetimes, Edward D. Bono's Six Thinking Hats. And the last but not the least, I want to reference to a very productive website, which is untools.co, uh, where I have made a list of a lot of tools which I use on a regular basis and which I will also reference them in this video. But I have decided to stick to three important tools which are always open on my laptop, and these are the three which I frequently visit. Now, let's start with the mind mapping tool. What's a mind mapping tool? We have a lot of ideas and we want to structure our ideas before we give shape to it. Think of it like a checklist. A checklist you make before you go to the shopping mall, a checklist you make before you travel. It's just a to-dos kind of things, and without forgetting, you have them in your pocket. Now, mind mapping is something similar for ideation. You have an idea, there are a lot of other thoughts which keep coming around the idea, and you have to put them down somewhere because it might skip your mind. So, mind maps do help you to structure those ideas, and you can move those things around to make it more easier and more meaningful for you. Now let's look at the first one from a mind mapping perspective. There are quite a few tools which are available online. I have been using Xmind for quite a while and I'm very comfortable with it, and I will start demoing it or start walking through the video through the Xmind. So what you see on the screen is the Xmind file. So it's a new mind map what I'm trying to create. So I'll reference it with an example of today's video, how I came up and how I did that. So the first central topic is the video I'm making. Tools for entrepreneurs. This is the video what I wanted to make this week. And the first tool I'm referencing is mind mapping, and I'm referencing Xmind in this tool. The second one is the Six Thinking Hats. And the last but not the least is a reference to a website called untools.co. So this is what I'm going to share. So this is how I started putting my thoughts across for today's video, and what I'm going to talk about each of these can go into this, right? For instance, give an example. Why Xmind? So these are the kind of questions what I wanted to answer when I am recording this video. So those are the things which go into it. So what this gives us is a visual representation. As you know, when you remember a lot better when you see things in a visual reference than probably read at times. So that's the reason a mind map will help you structure those ideas together. Right? Now let's move to the second one, which is the Six Thinking Hats. And what I have done for this is I've already created a mind map of Six Thinking Hats, which I will walk you through and you can look at it. I have made this earlier to keep it ready. So what are the Six Thinking Hats? White, yellow, black, red, green, and blue. Each one denotes a different thought process and helps you ensure that you're not moving away from the core essence of your idea, but you are structuring it better. So what does a white hat do? It brings in the facts. What are the facts you're trying to use to build on your idea? And through this example, I'll be referencing today's video. So, what are the facts I wanted to present to you today? The facts are there are a lot of tools which are available. Everyone has a comfort zone. You can experiment. You can toy around with a lot of ideas around. Use a lot of tools. Experiment. See which is comfortable. Not everything is comfortable for everyone. So in that way, those are the facts which I wanted to bring across. Apart from these three tools, I use a lot more. I use Notion, I use Evernote, I use Bear. There are quite other few tools which I use on a daily basis. But again, I wanted to stick to the top three which I use quite frequently and which are always open on my computer. So those are the facts I wanted to present to you, and that's what is meaning of the white hat. What are the facts you're trying to present to the organization or to the end user? The yellow hat is talking about optimism. Now, why should you be excited about the idea? Why should anyone be excited about the idea? As a viewer of this video, why you should be excited to view my video and consider using the tool what I'm suggesting is because I felt the enhancement of productivity using these tools, and I personally feel that you will feel too. So that's the optimism I bring to the table. And while visually referencing this tool to you, it can be easier for you to understand how to use the tool and also how you can structure the idea. The next one is the black hat. Black hat are all the risks. So what are the risks of having using a tool rather than a notebook? A notebook, you can misplace it, or you can lose it, or you have to take pictures of your pages and keep them stored. And if you use a tool, you can save it online and have access to that idea at any point of time. On the contrary, your system might crash or your system might be inaccessible, and a notebook comes in hand a lot more easier. Even though I use a notebook, I ensure when I'm back online, I just either take the photograph and keep it up online, or if it's a short one which I wanted to write, I write it up and put it up there. So these are the risks which you look at from an ideation or an idea standpoint. The red hat denotes the feelings, the emotions with which you come up with the idea. When you're solving a particular problem, you are emotionally connected to it. So this is one of the most important things as an entrepreneur. You should be emotionally connected, but also disconnected, because at times when you are too emotionally involved, you don't get to see what is going right or what is going wrong. The best analogy I can give here is the horse and its eyes blinded. Why are the eyes blinded for a horse? Because the horse cannot see like us straight with two. It has two distinct images which come, the left and the right. So what happens is when the horse is running, it gets distracted with the left view and the right view, and hence the horse's eyes are closed so that the person who is controlling the horse has the ultimate control and he can direct it. And that's why the rope goes through the nose so that, the horse is controlled when to stop, when to run, which direction to take a left and which direction to take a right? So as entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs, it's very important to not become too emotionally involved with your idea, but you should have those emotions with which you're coming out with the solution. So it's a tightrope walk for anyone, and the advantages will come in their own specific way. So you have to be emotionally connected, but also be emotionally disconnected. It's very, very important for an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur. The blue hat is managing your entire thinking process. This is one video which I want to do a little later, how to manage your thought process or how to manage your thinking process. This is something what I will do a little later in a little bit more detail, because this concept is very, very close to my heart, and I try following it, but many a times keep losing track of the whole thing. So in summary, these are the 6 thinking hats. And for every idea, if you can start looking in this way, I think you will have a better output than looking around. One simple example, you can create this template and leave it on your Xmind, and whenever you have a new idea, come back and start using the same template and start writing all the things which go into each of the hats. This becomes more easier. Now, Coming back to the last one, I did mention that I'm going to reference to a website which is called Untools. So, what is this Untools? Untools is basically a website which provides tools for thinking. There are fantastic books available in the market, but what this website is providing you is what are the kinds of different algorithms which you can use to solve particular problems. For example, I'm looking at all types of models. These are system thinking models. These are decision making models. Uh, I'm sorry. And you have the problem solving models. So you have all these things which are showing. I mean, I'm the all tab, so everything is here. So if you want to understand a particular model in detail, you can click on the particular model, go in, understand the model in detail, and go back. There are a lot of tools to enhance your thinking. All that we need to do is keep practicing and start referencing with these tools. If in case you have prepared for your TOEFL exam in your life, or IELTS kind of an exam, you do something called the cards, memory cards, right? I highly recommend get a bunch of those cards and use them to write these tools and keep them on your desk. So the more frequently you see these cards, the more you get memorized with with the models or with the tools to solve a particular idea. And when the kind of an idea comes, and if you whatever area you are stuck in, whether if it's decision making or if it's critical thinking or it's system thinking, whatever is it, there you will be presented with you will have presented with models as to how to solve your problem. This is one of the most important aspects of our life. We run into a problem. Few people talk to others to understand how they have overcome, but everyone has to deal it in their own way. But the examples, what you hear from others of how they solved a particular problem, can become a model for you to solve your problem. So these are the three tools what I wanted to share with you today. Let me know what you think about these tools, and let's if you have any other questions on these tools or anything more, please do comment and I will respond back. Thank you. Look forward to having you next week. Bye bye.